Here we are at Northfield Middle School with a superstar speech therapist, Pam Palmquist. She's using the iPad for, what are you using the iPad for?
I created a social story on the iPad.
Very cool. So how did you do social stories before?
Well, in the past, I would use a Word document and import Boardmaker picture symbols into the text and print it out.
Okay.
And then we would read it with the student.
So this new way, does it take you less time to do it on the iPad than it did on the Word document?
It was a little tricky just because it's new to me.
Okay.
But the nice piece about this now is that the student can view the social story independently and see themselves in the social story.
Very cool. Let's get an example. How does this
Okay.
work now?
I used the app called Tapikeo or Tapikeo. I've heard it pronounced both ways.
Okay.
And I used a combination of different things in creating the app, and I can show you how it would start out, and this is what the student would see when they play this app.
When I get to school, I need to behave a certain way.
And then the arrow is the cue.
At school, I need to use my words to talk to people. Sometimes I forget to use my words and I scream or make noises.
Okay.
So the student can independently scroll through the whole social story and watch it like a movie.
Very
and see
cool.
themselves. And the way I created it was a combination of different things. You can see I've got some Boardmaker symbols in there. I obviously don't have Boardmaker on my iPad, so I used my computer, created the Boardmaker picture symbol on my computer, and then just took a picture of my computer.
Oh,
and then
gotcha.
imported that into the app.
Very nice.
It also allowed me, for some of the ones that have photographs, the app allows you to just import photos right into the app. And
So photos you already have on your iPad, you can just import it into Tapikeo?
yes,
Okay,
yes.
nice.
But to create the talking
Yeah,
bubbles,
the bubbles, yeah.
I used another app called Touch Lite.
Okay.
And these are both free apps, by the way. So first you import your photo into Comic Touch, and then you can add speaking bubbles or thought bubbles. Another thing I did was import some Google images, too, into my Word document on my laptop along with the Boardmaker picture symbols.
And then you took a picture of
And then
that.
took a picture of that,
Okay.
yep, with the app.
Nice.
And created the whole social story. Here's one with a thinking bubble.
Oh, very cool.
And so it allows the ability to give the visuals for the perspective taking as well, looking at what the perspective of others in the room. This is a social story for a student who is screaming at school, and
Okay.
we wanted the student to understand the perspective of others.
So how's the follow through? Do the students like this better than paper? Does it give them more independence?
Well, both, yes. This student is very motivated to use the iPad. They can view the social story independently. We give the app to the student in the morning when she arrives, and she can watch and listen and see what her appropriate behavior should be for that day.
Well, very cool. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.